Number 8, Notre Dame takes on an improving Virginia Cavaliers squad coming off of a huge road win. Are the Irish on upset alert on senior day?
By Samardzija, inside the 20, inside the 10, he's going in! Notre Dame has scored!
Go, 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 go!
You will be that driving force to motivate those coaches and those players to beat Southern Cal.
Notre Dame is relevant again.
The 20, the 10, fire, rocket, touchdown!
Notre Dame is number one.
It's a game of who's going to flinch first. We know that it won't be Notre Dame.
The Fighting Irish are back home for the last time in the regular season to face the 5-4 Wahoos of Virginia. Hello again, everybody. I'm Landon Traylor with Dylan Kearns, Logan Traylor, and John Richards. Well, JR, Senior Day is special for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Not only is it a tribute to these amazing football players, it's also a tribute to the amazing students they are, because let's not forget, if you go to the University of Notre Dame, you are a tremendous student. JR, things can get weird, though, like in 1993. Am I wrong?
No, not wrong at all. There's plenty of history and examples to choose from where things can get dicey on Senior Day for multitude of reasons, mainly the distractions and, the emotions that come with playing the last time in Notre Dame Stadium with your family, essentially. Mm-hmm. So this game is extremely important. Virginia can't be overlooked. Have fun with all the pomp and circumstance. But when it's time to kick off, everybody's got to be locked in, laser focused.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You were there in the 1993 game with Boston College. That was Senior Day. Notre Dame was coming off of a huge win against Florida State. Ironically, we're coming off of a Florida State victory, although it's not huge. But JR, what was it like there that day? What went wrong in that 1993 game? Were we not focused or what?
No, I don't think it had anything to do with being Senior Day. I think it had a lot more to do with, we talk about it all the time, the spot. We were in a huge letdown spot after the Florida State game. And Boston College, they had Tom Coughlin as their coach. They had a very well-respected, great coach on their sideline. And they were just foaming at the mouth, kind of laying in the weeds, ready to come in. Mm-hmm. They punched us in the mouth. We were down big late, and we stormed back and took the lead. But everybody knows how that game ended. Ironically, the opposite played the year before, I think, in the Snow Bowl, which I was at as well. I think the Penn State game was also Senior Day in the Snow Bowl. I might be wrong about that, but another weird atmosphere. Mm-hmm. Snowing, competent team, and Penn State coming in. And luckily, we pulled that game out in Irish lore. Everybody remembers the Snow Bowl. But
classic.
But there's other games too all throughout my lifetime where things have gotten dicey regardless of who the opponent is.
Mm-hmm. The only time that I have witnessed Notre Dame losing on Senior Day was in 2016. The last time I can remember, actually, against Virginia Tech at home. It was a snowy, cold game. But Dylan, hey, Tom Coughlin, that's your boy down there in Jacksonville. Wasn't he like the first ever head coach there in Jayville, Dylan? Yeah.
First ever head coach. Not only that, he came back in an advisory role in the front office the year that they went on their nice little playoff run in 2017. He became a little bunch of a hard ass, so he eventually worked his way out. But yeah, Tommy C, great coach.
He's got ties everywhere. Dylan's got ties everywhere. Virginia isn't awful. Tony Elliott is slowly turning things in an upward direction there in Virginia. They started off 2-0, beating Richmond 34-13 at home, and then a 31-30 gritty win at Wake Forest. They would, however, fall to Maryland at home 27-13, which is arguably probably their second worst loss of the season, before beating Coastal 43-24 and Boston College 24-14. And then a 3-game skid for Virginia. That is really what hurt them this season. They would lose 24-20 at home against Louisville. They would compete with Clemson, but ultimately fall 48-31 on the road. Logan knows all about the first half of that game. And then they were blown out at home 41-14 by North Carolina, which is arguably their worst loss of 2024. Last week, however, they beat a 7-1 Pitt team at Heinz Field. I know it's not called Heinz Field anymore, but it'll always be called Heinz Field to me. That's just one of those stadiums, kind of like Miller Park in Milwaukee. They beat them in prime time, 24-19. And sophomore quarterback Anthony Calandria is a solid quarterback. He has tossed for 1,948 yards, 12 touchdowns, 8 interceptions on the year, however, 259 rush yards and 2 touchdowns. And Logan, their rush game is very, very weak. Looks like Kobe Pace, 442 yards and 3 touchdowns. Xavier Brown, 436 yards and just 1 touchdown. Pass-heavy team.
Very, and which makes you more confident with the way, especially our secondary has played the last couple weeks. But again, I feel like it's just another week. Freeman talked about it yesterday. It's about this program handling success, continuing to improve, and becoming more consistent. And I think we've been able to do that. And now NIU still the stain of the year, but right now you should feel pretty good of where this team is trending, given the injuries that they've had, especially on the defensive side. Obviously, Howard Cross out can affect some things, but still, I mean, you got to trust this staff with as much as they've lost this year. It's exciting to see some of these young guys not only get the reps, but kind of blossom into their new role. So that's exciting. But at the same time, you got to go in and just do your job. I feel like if we do that in the rest of our games this year, I mean, we shouldn't have a problem. Should end up 11-1, but now JR you had mentioned some distractions, senior day being a little bit of an emotional high day. The question is, are we able to lock in when we're ready to go?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think our corners and our defensive backs will be picked on, unlike they have ever since Xavier Watts has gone out. You look at the opponents that we've played without Watts. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but you got Georgia Tech, a run-heavy team, Navy, a run-heavy team, Florida State was Florida State, quite frankly. So for the first time, we're going to see our defensive backs perhaps be a little tested in the depth, per se. So, Dylan, they do have a receiver with 665 reception yards and 4 touchdowns. His name is Malachi Fields, having a stellar season, one of the stars of the team there for Virginia. And their backup quarterback, Grady Brosterhouse, he has 4 rushing touchdowns. They kind of bring him in as the running back, as the run-heavy special quarterback there. They have multiple quarterback packages. So, Dylan, lots to look out for on the offensive side of things for the Wahoos.
Another weapon that we misutilized, Chris Tyree, coming back to the Notre Dame on a senior day kind of thing. So how about that? Getting to see his classmates out there do his thing. But yeah, Tyree, he sucks now. They don't really use him. So hats off. He just had so much potential, and we misutilized that. I still think he's being misutilized because of what he was able to perform in a bad system that was ran for him. But regardless, we're not talking Tyree. He's a scrub on their team. But he did lead them in receiving last week. 4 catches, 42 yards. Doesn't really see the field as much as he did when he was with the Irish. Mm-hmm. But Fields, to your point, he only had 2 catches in their win against Pitt last week. So yes, he is a great threat. He does lead the team in receiving, but I mean, this team is I said in the preview, I picked them to go to 12-0 Notre Dame, but I did say watch out for this game in Virginia, and I'm still feeling that way at this point of the season. They're riding high. They played teams great. They played good teams, very solid. Like they played Boston College, beat them. They played Louisville. They lost by 4 to Louisville. That's a team that we took care of, but it was still a close game. So I do fear this on a senior day situation. If you start slow, I think this is a team that could really, hang in there for a little bit, and you're going to have to claw back. So hopefully we're not tasked with that in this game, but definitely the pass game is something that I worry about. But we could say how great the secondaries looked, but I don't think we've seen a pass offense as good as Virginia these last few weeks. So I think that's also something to credit here. Florida State's passing offense has been non-existent since last year.
Right. I saw Pete Sampson tweeted out on Saturday night, Florida State has won the coin toss and is elected to defer to next year. Love that from Pete. They Virginia is averaging 26 points per game with 254 pass yards a game. However, they are rushing for just 143 a game and allowing 27 points per game. So you see, they're averaging 26, they're allowing 27. They have been in all but one game. They competed very well with Clemson on the road. That was a top 10 Clemson team. And they would ultimately, the one game they got blown out in was against North Carolina, which this North Carolina team is bad. That's really a sour loss for Virginia. They are giving up 245 pass yards per game. And this is the trick here, folks. They are giving up just 78 yards on the ground per game. They load the box. They are okay with you beating them through the air. You're not going to beat them through the run. They throw it well. They don't run it well. They defend the run very well. However, they don't defend the pass very well. So, JR, our strengths and weaknesses kind of play into theirs. You always talk about it.
Yeah, especially defensively. I think their offensive line is fairly porous in the run game.
Yes.
And if you want to test our backside in the passing game, that's fine too. I don't want to break the seal here and get into our three keys of the game, but that kind of tips into where I'm leading next, I guess. There are strengths definitely play into their weaknesses. The one thing that I don't want to happen on a day like Senior Day is get behind. And against the team who possibly, comes out airing it out, and we're stuck in this emotional state. If we get caught from behind, which we don't play well usually, that's going to be a dicey situation for us.
Mm-hmm. That very well.
So if there's an opportunity to jump on them early, maybe get an early turnover or pick six and get that place juiced, and the students can start throwing, marshmallows, oranges, tangerines, I don't know, corn chips, whatever bowl game we're going to. Let's start firing it up. Let's get in the pantry there and start pulling out some potato chips.
Right. There you go. This Virginia team last year, I think, went 3-9 or 4-8. However, the highlight, they knocked off a top 10 North Carolina team. So on the road, mind you. So this team knows how to win well on the road. They just beat a really solid Pitt team on the road. Last year, they beat a top 10 North Carolina on the road. So better watch out. This team comes fired up. It doesn't matter where they're playing. Honestly, I think they play better on the road, quite frankly. But we shall see. Notre Dame leads this all-time series 4-0. It was a 36-13 Irish victory in their first meeting in 1989 in New Jersey. That was played at Meadowlands Stadium or something. It was before MetLife Stadium. Way before my time, way before either us three time. JR was around. In 2015, it was a 34-27 Irish victory. Deshaun Kaiser to Will Fuller as time would wind down. We remember the sad meme. It made a meme of it. The Virginia fan hanging off the side of the brick wall there.
It's gone. Toward the end zone. Touchdown. Will Fuller. 39.
And then in 2019 at Notre Dame Stadium, the Irish would win it 35-20.
They rushed 5. Keith Perkins hemmed in. He lost the football. It is caught by Marvin. Tumbled by Lola. Armosa, who is running for the end zone and gets to the 7-yard line. Jameer Jones brought the pressure. And to his cousin. It's pressure. Got him again. Quan knocked it out. It is picked up and scooped by Eddie Ogundeji. Touchdown. Come in here to this Notre Dame coaching staff. Coaching Tony Jones Jr., who is housebound.
and their last matchup in 2021 was a 28-3 Irish win.
Cone to throw on 3rd down and goal, dumping it off inside the 5-yard line and into the end zone. Braden Lindsay with the Notre Dame touchdown.
We'll move to our keys to the game. We'll start with Logan Traylor.
Oh, all right. Just 3 of them. And it was continue to play fast and take them out of what they want to do offensively, putting pressure, not only on the quarterback, but on them to, feel like they need to make a play and take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. Which leads into my second one. We got to win the turnover battle, force turnovers. If they put the ball on the ground, obviously get on it, which we've done of late. And then just offensively, really just dominate the line of scrimmage. Do what you do well. It's kind of a feeling like just get in and get out type of game. Like just do what you guys do, what we do really well, and take them out of what they want to do, and we'll be okay.
JR?
Well, we hit on a few of mine. I've been taking some notes as we've been going along here. We hit on the strengths and the weaknesses. I want to touch on their spot because we've talked a lot about our spot and senior day and whatnot. Guys, this is a second roadie for them. This is a back-to-back roadie for them.
Back, yes.
And Pitt is a nice win. That's a tough place to go. Now they're coming to Notre Dame. They're fighting an uphill battle too. I don't want to make them to be a little bit better than maybe they are. So I think we want to pay attention to that as well. So the next thing I would say is Jeter. We got a problem with Jeter. I don't know who our kicker is now. So we've got to iron that out. I want to keep an eye on our field goal kicker. And lastly, Coach Freeman, he's been taking a lot of heat about how the end of the game took place, especially from NBC and pouring it on late. Keep pouring it on, Coach, because style points matter right now. And if we got an opportunity to step on their throats and pour it on, keep that intensity, keep that focus. 4 quarters, if you can put another 50-burger up, do it and give those seniors really something to hang their hat on in their last game in the stadium.
I didn't think we were pouring it on. I mean, quite frankly, I just thought Florida State was that bad.
JR, that was a great take. Because the reason is Brian Kelly would never do that. That's why this is Marcus's era, and he's doing these things where you can go ahead and blow out a team, So now I look at this from the whole standpoint. I want them to play this game. I got 3 takes as well, as similar to both of Logan and JR. Number 1, and I say it most weeks, but it's still one issue. And you know me, whenever I see a problem being fixed, I don't go to it anymore. I don't say worry about the pass game. It's already fixed. This week, I still think we got to start strong. I was nervous against Florida State when you shouldn't be in that situation. It's senior day, emotions, could be a slow start. And like I said, a fast passing offense team, they could go down the field if they get the ball first and we're still, hugging mom and doing all the fun things on the sideline. Next thing you know, you look up and you're down 7. So I think they want to start fast, and that's something that has to be taken care of. Number 2, I question you can talk about the pass defense all you want, but I still have a little bit of concern of the run defense from last week. So I think they have to stop the run. And this is a team that, maybe if we do focus all week on defending their high passing offense, they can start running the ball on us, which Florida State did pretty well. And that's a team that can't beat anybody.
Season high.
Yeah, season high. So there's another factor that they have to lock in. Focus on the run defense. Still make sure that is solid enough to where you can't get gashed on big plays or a draw play on 3rd and long and that gets a first. Like those things can really extend drives and extend the game. So start fast. Worry about the defense. And I'm going back to JR's thing about the kicker. I'm a big special teams guy. You know that every single week. Whenever it presents itself, I talk about it. And I do. It presents itself this week. He shanked that kick. He doesn't look right ever since coming back from injury. I don't know if we got earlier in the year, it was the punter. We had issues with the punter. He couldn't punt the ball. Now we have a kicker that can't kick the ball. So let's figure it out. And hopefully both can be on the same track here today or on Saturday. Those are my takes.
Minus the field goal kicking. We almost blocked a few punts. We actually got a piece of a couple against Florida State. That was good to see. My keys to the game, I think our corners will be tested. Our depth will be also tested as well. Got to lock them up. Lock them up. Pressure on the quarterback. JR alluded to it a little bit. Their offensive line is putrid. I think if we can get in there and create some chaos for that kid, I think it's going to be a long day for him. And lastly, get everyone involved in the pass game. Get Love to get some catches. Get Greathouse, Mitchell Evans involved. Bo Collins even. He's been quiet a couple of games in a row. So get everybody involved in the pass game. I'd love to see little checkdowns to Love for about 20 yards not every play, a couple times in this game. So those are my keys to the game. With that being said, we will move to our Week 12 picks. Folks, it's getting dicey here in the Week 11 standings. The standings are as follows. First place, myself, 211-58. Second place, JR has escaped from the tie with Logan, first time in 3 weeks. He is 206-63. Logan's in third place at 205-64. And Dylan had a good week, won last week, but it's almost like that Chris Paul meme. He hits a 3 to cut the lead to 42. He makes it 190-79 on the year. Dylan, I think what you need to do, your main goal, your main objective, try not to get 100 losses this year. I think that's doable.
That'd be the first time in GDR history. This is the worst. Like, we've done this for what, 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah.
This is the worst.
Right. Right.
And also, petition. I would like everyone to vote right now before we get into picks. Can we do the suit thing? Whoever finishes last in pick for the week, can we bring back the suit? You have to do the show in a suit.
I just don't think we have time to get it on the suit and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to discuss this off the show. Our college basketball picks, JR and I are 3-1. Logan's 1-3. Dylan is 2-2 in the young season. We'll start with some basketball picks because basketball is in the full swing of things. It is Tuesday, and we got a couple big games. Michigan State and number 1 Kansas tipping off at 6:30 and on ESPN of the Champions Classic. We'll start with our usual JR, Logan, Dylan.
Give me Kansas. They nice win earlier last week, right?
UNC.
God, UNC should have came back and won that.
Yeah.
Give me Kansas.
Give me Sparty.
Ooh, you think Tommy Boy gets it done?
Big Izzo guy.
Oh, okay. I'm going with the Jayhawks in this one big. I think this is going to be the blowout of the Champions Classic. Number 7 Duke and number 23 Kentucky, 9 p.m. on ESPN to the Champions Classic.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Duke and Kentucky.
Where at?
It's in Atlanta.
Duke.
Homer.
Yeah, Homer. Simpson.
I'm a big fan of Pope, though. Big fan. Kentucky's going to be good. Mark my words. Clip that out.
Blue Devils.
No. All right, I'm going with the Dukies as well. Thursday, here's a tricky good game to a team that usually is on the bubble for the NCAA tournament year after year. And with Gonzaga exiting the West Coast Conference next year, this could be their conference to own. Grand Canyon at Arizona State, 9 p.m. on ESPN2. This is Thursday. It's the Hall of Fame series. This will be taking place in Phoenix.
Yeah, this is which Drew? Bryce?
No, this is Hurley.
I know, but isn't there a Drew coaching at Grand Canyon?
Ooh, there might be. That you are correct on that one. All I know is Scott.
Isn't Bryce
Drew
coaching it?
Yeah. Bryce.
Yeah. And he's made nice couple tournament runs there.
Yes, he has.
I'm gonna go Arizona State though.
Who did Arizona State just play?
Gonzaga. They got their teeth kicked in.
That was close, though. That wasn't a no. Give me Grand Canyon, though.
think GCU is a team that turns it on later in the season. I think this is one of the losses they suffer here against the Sun Devils.
All right, I'm going with Grand Canyon to this one. I like Grand Canyon. They can shoot the heck out of the rock. Give me the Lopes. Lopes the frick up is what they say. They're a Christian school. LSU at Kansas State, 9 p.m. on ESPN Plus on Thursday night.
One more time, hit me again.
LSU and Kansas State, both teams looking for a bounce back season here.
Man, this is a funky game. Give me K-State.
K-State.
I'll go Kansas State as well.
Oh boy, it's all Kansas State across the board. Friday, we'll move number 21, Florida at Florida State, 6 p.m. on the ACC network. Leonard Hamilton in dire need of one of these marquee matchup wins at Florida State.
Isn't a Florida coach dealing with some BS?
With some Mel Tucker allegations.
That's some heavy BS there, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised he's still coaching this game.
Yeah. Give me Lenny. That's a lot to deal with, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, give me FSU.
I'll go FSU as well.
Yeah, that is a lot to deal with. I originally picked Florida, but after all this stuff came out, especially there was a report yesterday, man, give me the Florida State Seminoles. Good for the ACC. Here is possibly a game of the year candidate leading up. Number 2, Alabama at number 14, Purdue, 7 p.m. on the cock.
Bama.
Purdue's kid got hurt, right?
Correct.
Maybe they'll finally play first. I'll go Alabama.
Roll Tide, BTFD. Saturday, got a couple good games on the slate. Notre Dame at Georgetown, 1 p.m. on NBC. You can watch Notre Dame hoops before you watch the Irish play some football.
Yeah, ND.
You know what I miss? Like, that was great. I enjoyed last night. I know they were Mac school, but I miss, like, they ruined the Joyce Center.
How so?
That logo is massive. I miss the little, the shamrock with the ND. Looked so much better back then. You're playing in front of Looney Tunes out there. Give me the Irish.
I actually enjoyed it. Give me the Irish in this one on the road. South Carolina at Indiana, 3 p.m. on Peacock.
Give me IU, but I've got lots of reasons to be concerned that could be covered on another show.
Maybe when they lose.
South Carolina.
Oh, that's a confident pick right there, boy. You got a lot of the same thoughts I got, I'm sure.
They're so hard to watch. I don't know how you guys do it.
Give me the cocks on the cock.
Yeah.
You finally get to do it! Oh my God, he finally got to do it! That's the first time ever. We've been dying from one of these.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Love it. Give me South Carolina. Indiana's putrid. Awful to watch. Awful team. All right, now we're moving into the real stuff. Prison inmate game of the week. Akron at NIU, Wednesday, 7 p.m. on the CBS Sports Network. Akron.
Shout out to my man, Jerry Faust, former head coach of the Fighting Irish and the Akron Zips, who passed away last night. One of the great guys in college football and also a legend at Notre Dame, even though he wasn't the most successful coach there. Loved by everybody, great to everybody, phenomenal man. But I'm sorry, Coach Faust, who I did have the pleasure of meeting multiple times. I can't pick you here. The Zips are really bad. I do love the Zips, but I'm going to go NIU.
NIU.
Shalom, Coach Faust. Shalom.
Landon, you got to stop picking the MAC and prison inmate. That's what we can start naming it, the MAC inmate game of the week, because it's all MAC. Go to the Sun Belt for once.
All right, well then let's go. MAC game of the week.
There we go. MAC game of the week. I'm going to pick the lard ass from Lures.
Jeez. Give me, jeez. Give me Marcus Freeman's best buddy. Give me Northern Illinois. Here is a true prison inmate game. UCLA at Washington, Friday night, 9 p.m. on Fox.
Oh, boy.
I mean, it's a nice game to have on a Friday night. I don't know if it's prison inmate, but okay. Boy, UCLA, the enemy, he's doing a nice job. I know he's not the head coach, but he's got that offense rolling. I'm gonna go with the Bruins. I'll stick with them.
Washington.
Huskies.
I got the Huskies big at home. FAU at Temple, 2 p.m.
This is a prison inmate. We're including this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this a Saturday game? Yeah.
Yes. This is 2-7 versus 2-7.
Damn near a pick 'em.
7.
God.
Yeah, give me FAU. I can't pick Temple. They're awful.
God, I'm going Temple.
Florida Atlantic.
Give me Lane Kiffin's old school Florida Atlantic to finally get their first win of the AAC this season. Our non-ranked games this week. The slate is kind of bad this week, I will say, throughout the board. Tulane at Navy, 12 p.m. on ESPN2. Sole possession of second place in the conference on the line here on Saturday at Navy.
Not a bad game. I'm gonna give me Navy.
Ooh.
Hold on.
No, we don't have time for you to hold on.
Yeah. Give me Tulane.
Green Wave.
Give me the mean green of Tulane. I like the green wave in this one. Their only
This is already dicey, JR.
Yeah,
I gotta find their only losses are Kansas State and somebody else. They lost to somebody else that was really solid, a solid team. I know that for sure. I think it was I can't find the game on ESPN.
They lost to Oklahoma.
They did? Was that it?
And Kansas State,
Okay,
yeah.
Kansas State, Oklahoma. Okay. Still, I mean, SEC opponent, Big 12 opponent. Give me Tulane.
We don't have
Syracuse.
time.
Huh?
We don't have time. We'll speed it up.
Syracuse at Cal, 3 p.m. on the CW network.
give me Cuse.
Give me Cal.
Jeez.
This is 4 games.
Yeah, Cal, all day. Syracuse, you kidding me?
Man, I've picked Syracuse 3 times in a row. They've let me down 3 times. I am going with the orange this time around. Give me
East to West.
Give me
to West.
Give me Syracuse to beat California. Michigan State at Illinois, 2:30 p.m. on FS1. Both teams' season, quite frankly, lies in this game. Illinois wins it. They could ride high to finish the year. They lose it. Belima.
It's at Illinois.
It is in Champaign.
Illinois.
Illinois, we're back.
Give me the Illini.
Feel the pain. Give me Illinois. Nebraska at USC for our final non-ranked game, 4 p.m. on Fox.
Nebraska at USC.
Mm-hmm.
With Nebraska, they've
fallen off the wagon.
Totally. But look who they're playing. Anybody got a line?
USC 9.5.
Trojan man.
Trojan man.
Give me the University of Southern California.
I'm going with Nebraska on the road. I think they knock off USC. I'm not big on this USC team at all. Give me the Huskers. Number 2, Ohio State and Northwestern will play at Wrigley Field at 12 p.m. on the Big Ten Network.
Hit me again with that.
Yeah.
Ohio State and Northwestern will play at Wrigley Field.
I mean, aren't we?
Yes, I actually did have it down. I just wanted to get a chance to say Wrigley Field. See, I already wrote it down. Ohio State across the board for everyone.
Write it down.
You should go there before you judge it, prick.
Have been there. Don't like it.
Okay.
When's the last time you've been there?
Jeff took us all.
Yeah, when we were like 4.
Wrong. Number 5, Texas at Arkansas, 12 p.m. on ABC.
Dangerous game here a little bit. Give me Texas.
Arkansas competes well in these games.
Well, they got the doors blown off them a couple of weeks ago, so.
Tennessee, they played Tennessee well.
No, Ole Miss. Ole Miss pounded them.
Yeah. DK, have it your way.
Oh, is he doing it?
He needs it.
Race to 100.
I'm going to do it.
Jesus.
Sam Pittman. That's who we're going to be facing next year on the road there in Fayetteville. Give me the Longhorns at this one. Sorry, Bob. Number 23, Clemson, and number 18, Pittsburgh, 12 p.m. on ESPN.
Line?
I closed out my app.
Clemens 10.
Yeah, Clemson.
Tigers.
Man, that's 3 in a row here for Uncle Pat Narduzzi. Give me the Clemson Tigers. Also, disclaimer, the college football playoff rankings come out tonight. We record our previews on Tuesday, so obviously I don't think Pitt will be ranked number 18. Clemson might get a boost. And here's the next one that I think will get a boost. Utah at number 20, Colorado, 12 p.m. on Fox. It's an early game for Colorado.
Prime time. A lot of rumors floating around about prime.
All right.
Including our old boy BK.
Yes.
Give me the Utes.
What?
They're not used to playing at noon. Colorado at noon? You kidding me? They're only a nighttime team.
They're just getting back in from the strip club.
Exactly.
Who are you going with, JR? I'm sorry.
Colorado.
Logan?
Colorado.
I'm going with primetime as well. You're going to be seeing Colorado in the Big 12 championship for a spot in the college football playoff. I think we need to start realizing that is a reality. Here's another head nod pick, and credits to number 11 Alabama for playing this game in November. Folks, not many teams go out here and schedule a team like Mercer on November 16th. Big game for the Crimson Tide here in late November. Number 6 Penn State at Purdue, 3:30 p.m. on CBS. Head nod pick galore here. I told you the slate this week sucks.
Is it Dylan? Mercer?
I mean, they're 9-1. No, we're rolling.
What about Penn State? You rolling with Penn State or Purdue?
No,
Penn State.
I'm rolling with Tickle Me Sandusky.
Okay. Boston College at number 13 SMU, 3:30 on ESPN. Will the Mustangs remain undefeated, or will Coach come in there and stun them?
You know, we're starting to see these things level out.
Yes, we are.
Pitt is Uncle Pat. He's down to about his 3rd loss coming up.
I love it.
The ACC is probably only going to get one team in. So I'm going to pick SMU, and we probably want them to win. We don't need any goofiness going on. Let's just have them win out. They can represent the ACC. But don't sleep on BC here.
SMU.
SMU does have a loss. They lost to BYU.
I'm at in the ACC.
Gotcha. Yeah, they're going to beat Mr. OB.
They're going to beat Peter Griffin Chin, Coach O'Brien. Give me SMU. I disagree, though. I will say here, JR, I think SMU and Miami meet up in the ACC title. SMU loses that one. They could sneak in as well.
If they win here and lose in the conference finals.
If they go undefeated in the regular season and lose in the title game, I think they are for sure in.
I'm going to disagree with you on that.
Okay. I love you. Number 15.
Love you too, Lando. Big love fest on senior weekend, baby. Woo!
Number 15. Here's another team that's going to get a drop. Number 15, LSU at Florida, 3:30 on ABC. Woo!
4.5 right now.
For having it your way. Yeah, I'm gonna take LSU because I believe in him in his deal over Napier, who got the kiss of death vote of confidence a week ago because I imagine they were sniffing around Bloomington and Coach Sig told Florida to go smoke a Joe Camel. We're sticking to the Marlboro Reds in Bloomington.
Oh, Frenchie.
But yeah, I'm going LSU.
Oh, thank you. Didn't know that was clear. Go ahead, Logan.
Didn't Florida just get blown out?
By Texas, so take that with a grain of salt. Texas coming off of a bye, I think, too. So
Florida, oh yeah, you just get LSU. I can't do it.
Yeah, LSU, because Napier is a terrible coach. They play for him for some reason, like they play hard for him. They like him, but he can't win. Like close games, he can't find ways to win. He sucks.
Now,
LSU.
see, I don't think they did play for him against Texas. They announced that they were keeping him. They went to Texas, and
Yeah.
wasn't it like 35-0?
42-0.
Yeah, dude.
Early in the third quarter.
Yeah.
It was 42-0. I'm rolling with LSU here, big. I think they bounce back. LSU will probably run it up a little bit as well. Number 22, Louisville at Stanford, 3:30 on the ACC network. Anybody have any reason to disagree with me moving on? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Dylan?
Sometimes Dylan, this is a game that Dylan usually says, oh, I like Stanford in the upset, going east to west.
Not picking Stanford, boys.
Okay, all right. Number 24, Missouri at South Carolina, 4:15 on the SEC network. This is going to be a ranked matchup, I think, when the rankings come out today. South Carolina deserves a spot in the CFP top 25. I'm sorry, they should have been ranked before this even.
My man Drink. He's still saying we're playoff eligible.
11.5 South Carolina, by the way.
Well, you know what?
Are they riding with Drew?
The two road games that Missouri has played, they have lost by a total of 65 points, I think.
Yeah, they've been totally boat raced. I'll go South Carolina. What time's this game?
4:15.
Oh man, I love that place at night. That was really cool. Yeah, I'll go Cox.
South Carolina.
Here's my thing. South Carolina has played 5 straight tough teams.
Mm-hmm.
Ole Miss beat them. They barely lost to Alabama. They went into Oklahoma and won. They played a 10th ranked Texas A&M, and then they went into Vanderbilt and won. It's a lot of big teams, a lot of physicality.
SEC.
Yeah, I think this is where Missouri will get them.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
DK is rolling with drink. Drink it up, baby. I'm going with the real USC. Give me South Carolina at home. Play the Sandstorm. Number 12, Boise State at San Diego State. San Jose State, excuse me. 7 p.m. on the CBS Sports Network. Boise State struggled last week against Nevada, but San Jose State, not nearly as good as Nevada. We shall move along. Arizona State at number 17, Kansas State, 7 p.m. on ESPN.
At K-State?
Correct. In Manhattan.
9 is the line.
K-State.
Kansas State. Sorry, I thought you went Logan. Piddle decking over there.
Logan, go with Kansas State as well?
Yep.
All right, I'll do it. Give me Arizona State on the road. Here's a gift to you guys. Give me the Sun Devils. Number 1, Oregon at Wisconsin, 7:30 on NBC.
Oregon.
Oregon.
Oh.
Yeah, Oregon. I hope it snows, though. Give them a taste of something.
Well, this just took a turn that I didn't like. I thought we were going to talk about this more. Give me Oregon, though. Number 7, Tennessee, and number 3, Georgia, 7:30 on ABC. Obviously, the rankings will be different.
clearly the game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really sure who I want to win this game. Line?
10, Georgia.
At Tennessee. Georgia's giving.
At Georgia. It's at Georgia.
Oh. That's still a lot.
That's a ton of points.
What? 10?
Yeah.
No faith in Rocky Top.
Is Yama Malama Yavia, is he available or is he still hurt?
No, he played last week, I think.
Okay.
It's Mississippi State.
Yeah, going to be ready against Georgia.
Yeah, I'm going to take Georgia here. I like the spot for them. And, the 2-loss SEC propaganda machine.
This is going to screw some stuff up.
Do you think there's any – do you think they collude within the conference? Are they – I don't want to say that, but, I mean, I don't know.
Not good for us either way. Give me Georgia. Who's that coming down the track?
So I got wind last week of a guy who likes to play credits for a living that he played Ole Miss as a 10-unit bet.
Wow.
And the money line, too. Now, just before that game was even played, I think I picked Georgia. I mean, to be that confident, to know, that's what makes me think that there's some sort of collusion going on within the SEC. Is like, hey, we're going to take it easy on you. You get this one. You go down there, you get that one. We'll be 2-2 in between, and maybe we can screw over some other teams with ESPN.
Give me Georgia.
Give me the Dogs. I love Rocky Top, but I just don't think their offense will. I don't like their offense this season at all. Give me Georgia. That's going to mess some things up here, though, because Tennessee will have 2 losses, yet they beat Alabama. So interesting, folks. New Mexico State at number 14. Texas A&M is another head nod pick. We need the Aggies in this one. Tough game. Real tough game. Here's another tough game. Number 21, Washington State at New Mexico. 9:30 on FS1. And lastly, before we get to the main event, Kansas, coming off of a huge win against a ranked Iowa State team. They will travel to number 9 BYU at 10:15 p.m. on ESPN. Did the Jayhawks do it back-to-back weeks?
Do we pick the Cincy game?
No, that's not a ranked game.
Iowa State.
They're not going to be ranked. That's why I didn't pick it. They're not going to be ranked.
No boo.
Them, Pitt. See, these posers are falling off. They're leveling.
This line's only 3, by the way.
Right. What on earth?
To Vegas. JR, you might be on something.
I'm putting $100 on a parlay of that and the 10.
Wait, say that again?
This BYU Kansas game, it's only 3. The spread's 3. Even 3. What the hell? BYU.
So that's the thing. Like BYU, they're due, and I don't know if the conference is going to let it happen. I'll go BYU. Mormons.
Shalom, Mormons.
Yeah, give me the Mormons. It's 2.5 on FanDuel. You got to jump on that right now.
Give me BYU at home in this one. Should have lost last week on the road at Salt Lake City. They didn't. It is what it is. Here we go. Virginia at number 10, Notre Dame, 3:30 on NBC.
I love the Irish here.
Oh, boy. That's never good.
Dylan, you have nothing to be concerned about because the captain of the ship is well in control. I got the Irish 38, Virginia 16. Smell you later, Cavaliers. There's only one Lear. Let's get that right. The 12-0 Lears.
They won again? Gee.
Garland with the finishing touches.
I guess I missed your tweet. Let them know.
Let them know. Did you see that 360 finish he had?
Pretty dope.
I have Indy 41, Virginia 17.
I think this is a week where our passing game, our offense kind of regresses. I have a gut feeling like this is how it is every year. We start to feel confident, something happens. I think we're slow out of the gate. I think it proves vital, and there's a problem. We're going to have a little bit more concern because we've looked too dang good the last few weeks to be feeling this confident. Irish 23, Virginia 16.
Don't like that at all. The weather report on Saturday, high of 54, low of 43. Winds out of the southeast 5 to 10 miles an hour. No rain, no snow. Beautiful day for football. Give me the Irish 34-14 on their senior day. You can catch that at 3:30 p.m. on NBC on Saturday. The college football rankings will come out tonight, Tuesday night, in between the Champions Classic in Atlanta, Georgia. Reese Davis and company will be live in Atlanta in between those games for the college football rankings week 2. With that being said, we are back on Monday morning to recap a victorious Irish victory on senior day. Until then, go Irish.